During the 2020 lockdowns, Kelly and I made this podcast to talk about the movies that we love while bored at home. We tried so many different ways to record and edit, but found it difficult and we experienced some bad sound quality until we found Zencaster. It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencaster. Log in using your browser and start recording a high quality podcast right away. Record studio quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Feel a sense of zen, knowing Zencaster's multi-layered backups ensure you always have your recordings in the highest quality, even if the connection is unstable. If you have thought about podcasting before and realized that you need a lot of different tools and services, those days are over. With Zencaster's all-in-one podcasting platform, you can create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. So go to Zencaster.com/pricing and use our code SYTYI, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. We want you to have the same easy experiences we do for all of our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story.
Hey guys, you've heard us talk about how we want to live our lives in balance with our hectic work lives to getting a workout in and treating our bodies better. I've been changing my routine up at the gym and getting myself to eat better. And one thing I'm adding is liquid IV. In one stick, I'm getting 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than if I drank water alone. It's great for those tough workouts where I need an extra boost or when I'm feeling a little run down after a long day at work. I love how on the go this packaging is. I throw a few in my gym or my work bag and it takes up zero space. And the taste is amazing. Since it's summertime, I'm reaching more for strawberry lemonade. And with other great summer flavors like watermelon and guava, there's something for everyone. And it's not just the flavor that will have you grabbing for more. Like I said, Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins like B3, B5, B6, and B12, and vitamin C. And it's made with premium ingredients. So, if you want to up your hydration game this summer, get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code SYTYI at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using our code SYTYI at liquidiv.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, where Kelly might be losing it.
It might have already been lost.
Okay, because she came on here acting very strange.
Yeah, it's fine though. We're okay. We're alive. I may be a little hungry.
She keeps saying that, but I don't think she's okay.
You know what? We're just gonna fake it till we make it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
Sounds cool. I'm afraid to ask this question, but how was your week?
Busy. It was so busy. I hated it.
Okay.
Our system managed to go down multiple times for 3 days straight. To the extent where we couldn't do any work, period. Like there's some times where it's like, this part of the system is down, but you can still do this. Or now that part of the system is now down, you can now only do this. So we can only do like parts of our work. Nah, there were days where it'd be like 2 hours of just sitting at my desk, literally doing nothing. Which was nice.
I love how she's stressing about that. Like, I couldn't work.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, the work piles up because we can't do it. Because that doesn't stop people from submitting stuff to our unit. So, like, it's nice to not work for 2 hours at work, but that just means it's 2 hours of work that didn't get done. So that just piled up throughout the 3 days, and it was a lot. It was a lot. So that sucked. My room is in shambles. Well, I say it's in shambles, but the only thing that's in shambles is this area that I'm sitting in. And it's making me crazy. Like, I'm in the headspace of... Huh?
I saw that you were being a little crazy. Yes.
Yes. And I'm crazy because I'm one of those people that, like, if my room isn't, like, clean, then my mind is just crazy because I'm just constantly thinking of, I need to clean that. I need to clean that. Or like cluttered room, cluttered head. So that's
Oh,
why I might be a little crazy.
I'm low-key the complete opposite. My room is always slightly a mess. Never dirty, but just a mess.
Yeah, I usually try to contain my mess to just this area that I'm sitting in, which isn't big at all, but like I didn't put away my skincare last night and it's kind of freaking me out. It's just sitting on my bathroom counter and it's freaking me out. So
Okay.
I'm like, right when we're done recording today, I'm just gonna like tear this whole room down and just clean everything because I hate it.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I might be a little manic today,
Yeah, kind of.
and I
It's a
haven't
little
even had coffee yet.
It's a little frightening.
It's a little frightening, yeah, but we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be okay.
I hope so.
But yeah, that's oh, I can talk about TV shows, right?
No.
Never mind.
No.
Never mind. We're good. How was your week?
My week was fine. One of there's like a worker on the ferry that I take, and every day I see him, I'm just like, you look like someone. Like you
Oh, yes.
look like someone. And I think Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those days,
One of
I
them.
I realize who he looks like, and I can't even say who he
No,
looks
you
like.
can't.
I can say the actor who he looks like. He looks like
Yes.
Jared
Padalecki.
Padalecki. He looks like him
Yes.
because I couldn't remember that man's name, so I was like, he looks like this guy from this television show. And so Kelly just started listing
The
the
character
characters'
names.
names, and I was like, I have no idea who those people are. Never watched.
Any- Can we
Oops.
talk about TV shows? No. Says a TV show name.
I'm gonna have to bleep it out now.
Yeah, oh,
Yay!
yay. But if he did not bleep it, you would know exactly who we're talking about, at least for one of
Uh
them.
huh.
One or two of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. If
It,
you saw him, you would know who he is.
it was a CW show. Like, think the
Yes.
most popular CW show.
Yes. Very
Longest
long
running.
running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Think
Has a
that and then
has
think
a
the taller one.
spinoff. Yeah, the tall man. It has a
Yes.
spinoff now that probably got canceled. I don't know. Yeah,
My mom said it
I
was
don't know.
actually pretty good. So,
I know nothing about nothing. I don't.
okay.
The only run. It's not the vampire show. That's the only long running CW show I watched. It's not that.
It's not that one. But it does have to
It's
deal with some spooky stuff.
some spooky stuff. Yeah. I think Snooki is in an episode for some reason. I think I saw that on TikTok.
Shut up. I'm gonna have to look that up.
But yeah, yeah. So I finally realized who that man looks like, and now I can't unsee it. If it wasn't
Yeah.
creepy to take pictures of strangers, I would have taken a photo of him and shown Kelly. But I'm not going to take a photo
Yeah,
of a
no, we
stranger.
don't take pictures of random people.
Yeah, that's weird. Um, what else happened this week? Ooh, on Friday, someone texted me and I had no idea who it was, and I thought it
Oh.
was a girl who I had like been texting like 2 years ago, trying to like spin the block, and I was like, oh my god, no, it wasn't her.
Did you
It
ever
was
figure out who it was?
no,
Okay.
because I never like responded.
Oh.
They were like, whoever texted was like, hey, it's been a long time, how have you been? And I've never responded.
You're like, absolutely not.
And I don't delete text messages, so I've never texted this person before.
Oh.
So I don't know who it is.
Oops.
Oh well.
Oh.
Oh well.
That's fine.
They never like followed up, so that's
They
on
never
them.
followed up.
Also, there's currently like a hurricane happening. Only in
Yeah.
Southern California though. and I guess Nevada and parts of Arizona. Not up here. It's perfectly fine up here.
Yeah, here where I'm at, it's been cloudy since Friday.
Oh, it was perfectly sunny yesterday.
Thursday we had a bunch of thunder and lightning, like it was like constant. It was
Mm,
actually kind of crazy.
that sounds awful.
And
It's gonna be like 80. It's gonna be like
it's been
80
cooler
degrees
here
and sunny
too.
here today.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be 90 something today here, actually.
So
It was
yeah,
actually really nice yesterday.
while the people down south are literally drowning, we're gonna have a perfectly sunny day up here.
That's California.
That's California for you. But I guess like something it has something to do with like water temperature, like the water is too cold or whatever. I don't know,
Something.
something like that. But everyone, I hope everyone's safe. I have a
Stay safe, y'all.
coworker. I have a coworker technically who lives in San Diego. Hope he's okay.
Oop. Stay safe, y'all.
Wonder if they'll close the office down there. They probably
Oh,
will still make him go.
yeah.
I bet you they'll still
Yeah.
make him go to work.
Yeah. For who you work for, they probably will make them
They
go
probably
in.
will. But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Also,
Oh.
Beyonce is coming.
Yes. Yes, Beyonce is coming.
Three
I
days.
mean,
3 days until my flight. 4 days until Beyonce.
yes.
Yes.
Wait, this is going out when.
This is going out the day I fly out there.
Okay, yeah. So we have not seen Beyonce yet.
We have not seen Beyonce yet. But when you listen to our last episode, our next episode, we still will have not seen Beyonce because we were recording 2 episodes. But the one after that,
Yes, we
we
will
will have
have
seen
seen
Beyonce.
Beyonce. We're letting you peek behind the curtain. We do not record these the day of.
No.
No, we've got lives.
Could we technically?
Sure.
Yes. But
Will we actually?
we're
No.
probably going to be so exhausted
Oh yeah.
that it's just not going to happen. We have so much to
Yeah.
do this weekend.
Oh, I know. I know. My brother was like, "So what are y'all gonna do during the day?" I'm like, "Probably sleep a lot.
Probably sleep,
We're gonna be
swim.
really exhausted. We're going to 3 shows, like back to
Yeah.
back to back. We're
We'll
not gonna
probably
have
swim, maybe get some food.
definitely get some food.
We'll probably keep it really low key during the day, to be
Very low
quite
key.
honest.
Yeah, because
But when the sun goes down, we will be out.
we will be out. Yes, which is very different for us.
Yes, very off brand.
Yeah, we are doing the day kind of people, during the day kind of people.
Yeah,
We are
we're like
not.
flipping the switch for this trip, and I don't understand why, but we're
Yes,
gonna do it.
I know. This is weird. We've never done this before.
We're the type of people who go to Disneyland and leave at like 9:30. we
Yeah. Yeah, because we're tired. We're going back to. We gotta walk to the hotel still.
Yeah, and then we'll just sit there watching movies, and then go to bed at like 11.
Right, and then maybe one of us gets hungry in between. Then we're like, "Do you want to go walk to
Do you
Taco
want to walk to
Bell?"
Taco Bell? And then we'll stay at Taco Bell for 2 hours waiting for our food.
Yes. Yep. And then it'll take us another 30 minutes to walk back
Yep.
after walking 10,000 steps already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
That actually happened to us. So
yes,
yeah.
yes, it did. We're not lying about that one. Um. Yeah, we are during the day people, not during the night people.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
how it is.
Hmm.
Especially for one of our friends who is a very not during the night person.
Oh my gosh, she goes to bed at like 8:30.
Yes. And surprise, Beyonce starts at 8.
Yep.
So she's going to be up past her bedtime. I love that for her. Are
Ooh.
you ready to talk about the movie, Jordan?
Um. y- Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Alrighty. This week we are talking about The Family.
The
The
family.
The Family. The 2013 version. Apparently there's a 2021 version. That's totally not what we're talking about.
I thought that
We're
was a
talking about
TV
the
show.
Was it?
Is it a movie? I thought it was a
I
show.
thought it. Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't watch them, so
Yeah, whatever.
yeah. Okay.
Also,
So
do you think
yes,
do you think that Robert De Niro like purposefully fell into like this mob movie thing, or was it just like an accident? Like he did like Goodfellas, and then all of a sudden he was just got like trapped in this.
typecast. I feel like it's a typecast. I
Okay,
feel like it might be a typecast because I mean, you look at Robert De Niro and you're like, he
he
could be
looks
in
like
the
he would be in the
mafia.
mob. Yeah,
So I feel like he just looks like the type of person that would just be in the mafia. So you're like, you might as well cast him as a mafia
hmm
member.
yeah, and
But
he's
yeah.
always playing. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hmm yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
What a very specific typecast.
yeah.
Mafia. Okay, so we start this movie out with a family who's eating dinner, and the doorbell rings. And when the dad goes to answer it, the door explodes, and the family is killed.
Yeah.
We then see the guy who killed the family chop off the father's finger.
Yes.
We then get narration from Giovanni that he wants his old life back. We see as they pull up to their new house that's kind of run down.
hmm
And they show up in the middle of the night and they start to unpack. They are in Normandy after moving from Paris and some other cities in France. Giovanni goes to unpack the car and tells his wife to go inside because he's going to be a while, but he's actually burying bodies in the backyard.
Yeah. Like he was driving around for hours with his family in the car with dead
Dead
bodies.
bodies. Even there was a time where the daughter was like, "It smells in here," and he's like, "It's probably a dog. You never washed the dog." No, it's the dead bodies that are in the trunk.
How could they not tell? Like dead bodies have a certain smell
I
that
don't
that
know.
you cannot like mask as something else.
I have no idea, man.
Like there's like a sweet pungent smell of death, and
Ew.
it's very particular.
I don't know
If
what
you've
that
ever
smells
like
like.
you have it.
Mm-mm.
No, you've never seen like a dead animal like by the side of the road and like been able to smell it or something.
Jordan, if I see a dead animal on the road, I start crying. So no, I don't.
Girl, suck it up. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to suck it up. I'm sorry. Animals and people die. You're going to
No,
have
I
to just
know, but I don't want
accept
to
that.
see it. I don't want to see it.
I mean, I'm not staring at it, but like if I can like smell it like
Uh,
while I'm walking by, it's a very particular smell.
okay.
You can always tell.
Okay. I'll believe you.
Okay, yeah, believe me, I'm right.
I will believe you. I'll take your word. So the next day, Warren and Belle get their new identities. We don't know who they were before this, but they are now Warren and Belle Blake.
Yeah, also, how sucky is it that you just had to move to like a different city, country, wherever they moved from
Whatever,
last,
yeah.
in the middle of the night, and then you don't even get like a few days to adjust. You just have to go to
No,
school the next day.
right.
Like what? That's insane.
Right. I would have to be like, I don't care. Like, if you showed up on Tuesday night, you would have had to make me start school the next week. Because I
Yeah,
am
I'm not starting
taking
it.
Wednesday through Sunday off. I am just
Yeah,
going to chill. I don't know what happened that made us move from the last city, but I need to process that and then I can go to school.
exactly. Also, this town looks like a set.
It kind of does.
This town looks like a set. It looks like the Universal set.
And Jordan knows the Universal set.
I know that set like the back of my hand. Yes. I could probably give you a tour.
He probably could.
I
He
could
probably
probably give
could.
you a tour.
You've been there
I'm
so
like,
many
here's Stars
times.
Hollow / Pretty Little Liars, Rosewood / whatever else they use it for. Back to the Future, Clock Tower, Main City area.
Mm. I didn't know that they use Stars Hollow for what's it called? Pretty Little
Yep,
Liars.
you learn that on the tour.
That you've been on multiple times. Because I have no idea.
I also remember when they stopped telling people specifically in that little like old town like western area,
Mm-hmm.
like the like
The big
not the like
fat, the big fat
not the
liar area.
no, not like the western one, but like the like Mexican western one. I remember specifically there was a time when they used to specifically say that Lady Gaga filmed a certain music video there, and then they stopped doing that. So
Oh,
either they lied or Lady Gaga was like, I don't want y'all talking about me. And was
probably
like, shut
that.
this down.
It was probably that.
Yeah, and then also there is that water area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stop the stream,
Right?
please.
Pay these people so I can talk about
Please.
movies.
Please. This podcast is literally all about movies. But yeah, Warren and Belle get their new identities and start their new school. Maggie goes to town for groceries and tells Giovanni that he can't leave the property until Stansfield gets there. When the kids get to school, they both agree to scope out the school and everything that they can find out and then debrief at lunch. Maggie, who is out on the town getting groceries, Giovanni is cleaning out like their greenhouse area,
Mm-hmm.
and he finds a typewriter that he is interested in. At school, Warren gets beat up, and in town, Maggie rage blows up the local market because the guy working the cash register and the two other either customers or workers there insult her.
Mm-hmm.
So she just decides to blow up the supermarket.
Good for her. Back to
Good for
Warren
her.
though. Warren got beat up because like this group of like French guys come up to him and they're like, "You're American, so you must be rich." I laughed.
Right.
I laughed.
Right.
If you're American and you're rich, you're not moving out of America.
Yeah, you're not.
Like there's no point.
Yeah, you're not.
If you're rich, why would
Mm-mm.
you move out of America? Secondly, when she blew up the
The market.
market, grocery store, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
it was so funny because they were being so rude to her for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
She literally just asked if there was peanut butter, and he's like, no, we don't sell peanut butter.
right? He was like,
And then she's like,
"Ill,
okay, where's your
no."
pasta? Yeah, and then he's like, it's back there. And then immediately they're like, Americans are so obese and blah, blah, blah. And she's all
She
like,
was smaller than all of them. She was skinnier. She was
right.
skinnier than every single other person in that thing. She was like, they were like, Americans are so gross and disgusting, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
just eat McDonald's all day and blah 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 blah. And I was like, first off, it's not true. Secondly,
Yeah.
like, why? Like, what do you gain from
Right.
this?
Right. Like, it would have been different if they would have been like, oh, there's a weird American here in our market, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But no, they were immediately just attacked her, and she's like, what?
And do they think that we do that when they come here? Like, do they think that we just make fun of them all day?
We don't, by the
We
way.
don't. We quite honestly don't care.
Don't people in France just hate us anyway?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why.
I don't know
I
why.
don't know why. Like, if you want to, and don't try that with me if I ever go to France, because I will throw it right back at you.
Yeah, you will.
I'll be like, you need to start wearing deodorant. Your breath smells awful from all the cigarettes you smoke. You guys are all borderline alcoholics with how much wine you drink. Like, I could go,
Borderline?
I could go for it,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't do
At
that
this point,
because
I
I'm
feel like
not an
anybody in
asshole.
France is a functional alcoholic.
Yeah, but I wouldn't generalize that and say that. Like, come on.
Right. Yeah. So Maggie is justified in her blowing up of the
She
market.
is. She really is.
She very much is. I love that for her.
And she could have did worse. So quite honestly,
She honestly could have. She just blew up the back of the market. She could have
mm-hmm.
literally just dropped it in the middle of the market and walked
Yeah, and
out
walked out.
because there was nobody else in there. But no, she just blew up the back where nobody was.
And she left that man a tip at a grocery store, which like
Right.
you don't have to do.
Mm-mm. She's like that. Those extra $3 I'm giving you.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need it.
It's gonna make a difference. Yeah, you're gonna need it.
And then her immediately going to McDonald's after is a power move.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a vibe. She expended all that energy blowing up the market. She needed to refuel.
She was like, I need a Big Mac.
Yeah, you enjoy that Big Mac and that really crispy Sprite, okay?
Girl, she was sucking the life out of that straw. I was like, there's no more drink in there. Either go get a
It's
refill
okay.
or stop. Like, there's...
Right? Like, I know you're stressed, babe, but, like, if you need more, go get more.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
I also find it funny when people in different countries make fun of us for like going to like fast food places, and I'm like, there's no way this place is only getting business from tourists. Like, you guys also have to be eating here.
Yeah, they wouldn't bring a McDonald's to a small town in
Normandy
France. Yeah,
for tourism. Like, be for real.
Yeah, right.
Y'all are eating in this
like
McDonald's.
Right. Like, whatever town they're in, it's small enough that Maggie can walk from where she is to wherever she needs to go.
Yeah.
The McDonald's was not for them.
No.
It's for y'all.
And like how I know they don't have a lot of tourism in this area was that one of the tourist places she was told to go to was a church with stained glass windows.
Yeah, like the thing that you would want,
and it was in the next town,
is stained glass windows. Exactly. Like, what?
It's like someone's lying here, and it's not Maggie.
Right. Okay. So at lunch, Warren gives Belle the breakdown on who runs what, who people are. Apparently there's a girl who runs a cigarette ring. There's a really big football guy or whatever, sport athlete who will do anything to get his grades good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nerdy guy who he's already planning on using to take his sound system because the guy who beat him up wants it, but he's going to get to it first so that he can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Warren did not waste any time.
No. I love the ingenuity. I love the determination.
Mm-hmm. He said, I've got a job to do and I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. I love the revenge aspect to it as well.
Oh yeah.
He didn't really care about that sound system. He didn't need it for anything. He just wanted to make sure that the other guy didn't get it. And that...
Oh yeah.
I love.
Yeah. I love that for him. Also, he's like 14, by the way.
Yeah.
So this 14-year-old is already planning his monopolies. He's playing the downfall of his enemies.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Start young, guys. Come on.
Yeah. So Giovanni types out his family history and the fact that he's taken up the family business, which is the mafia.
Mm-hmm. Also, Giovanni types like a child. Like, he uses his pointer fingers to type on the typewriter.
Like, I know it's a typewriter and it's different setup than a computer, but it's not that different.
It's not that different, and
it's not that different.
It's so inefficient to just use your pointer fingers.
It's gonna take him years to get through anything.
Yeah. I'm sure it took him all day to write like a page.
Probably. When he takes a break from writing, he starts talking to his neighbor and comes up with the cover, like on the spot, that he is a writer, writing about the landings of Normandy.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie then visits the local church that she was told to go visit.
Mm-hmm. Also, unfortunately, his neighbor is a history buff.
Yes.
And so he started asking him a bunch of questions about like Normandy, like American like history, and
Yep.
he did not have answers.
No. He's all like, "Oh yeah, so what's your take on Normandy? Like, what angle are you going to be writing about?" And he's all like, "The
The
Marines." And he's like,
Marines. He's like, what?
"The Marines weren't part of that, I didn't think." And he's like, "Uh."
He comes up with
So
some weird
yeah,
lie.
yeah. He should have said he was a novelist.
Hmm.
Then he could say he could write about
Or like a
anything. But no, he
children's
had
book
to.
author or something.
Yeah, something horror, romance, whatever. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't be spouting stuff just because. After school, Warren gets in touch with the nerd who has a sound system and finds out that he's a card collector and says that he might have the one that he's missing.
Hmm.
While Belle gets picked up by the guys who beat up Warren.
Were those the same guys? I thought those were different guys.
Are they different? I thought they were the
I
same.
thought they were different.
Okay, they might have been different. But Belle gets picked up by these guys and they take her out of town to some local little spot to get to know her.
Hmm.
And when one of them makes a move on her, she beats him up with a racket in the back of the car and steals the car to get home.
Yeah, he deserved that ass whooping. He pretty
He
much
did.
kidnapped her,
Mm-hmm.
and then he like tried to have sex with her like in the middle of like a park.
Right. In the middle of the day.
Yeah. So he got what was coming to him.
Yeah.
She beat him until the racket broke.
Mm-hmm.
He deserved it. And then she stole
He
his
did.
car.
He did.
Iconic.
It wasn't even his car; it was his friend's car.
Oh, even worse. Iconic.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was her, I would have like parked that car in the middle of nowhere, or like I didn't put the parking brake on and just push it down a hill or something.
I mean, she didn't put the parking brake on. She literally got
She
out
didn't.
and it like rolled back and hit a pole and then she just went home.
Kept walking. Yeah. I love that for her. All of the family then gets home and they all tell Giovanni that their date was fine.
Yeah.
Just normal.
Hmm. I mean, I'm sure that was
Which for
normal to
them,
them.
yeah, exactly. Which for them, it might have been normal. In a prison cell, an old man gets delivery of the finger that was cut off of the guy from the beginning of the movie, and they find out that it's not the guy that they're looking for.
Confirming fingerprints to confirm the kill is actually genius. Quite,
Isn't it?
quite genius, actually.
Yeah, because you can't fake that.
Yeah, you can't fake that. I love that for him. He's a smart man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like,
Good for
he
you.
was like, no, go back.
Yeah. Wrong person.
Wrong person.
Love that you were so fast with this one, but not
Try again.
for.
You
Yeah.
will not get paid until I get my confirmation.
I get you right. So Stansfield finally shows up, and Giovanni gives him an update on how the family is doing. And Stanfield like begs him to just make his job easy and lay low. Don't do anything weird. Just go with your writing little facade, and we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We then see Warren forging one of the collector cards that the nerd needs as Belle listens to music. That night, Giovanni dreams about Brooklyn and the death threat that he got. It was very much the Godfather vibes.
Yeah.
Very much the Godfather vibes. The next day, Giovanni writes about how crazy his life is, and Maggie freaks out, saying that if anybody found what he's writing, it would ruin the family.
Because he's admitting to crimes
Yes.
in this manifesto or whatever he's writing.
His
Autobiography, memoir, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you do that? You couldn't at least like change names.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like he was using people's actual names.
Yeah. I know he's a whistleblower, by the way.
Yeah. He's in like witness
but there's a
protection
difference
program.
between whistleblowing and then just flat out telling the world exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference. Maggie then goes across the street to the guys doing their surveillance, and she gets an update from them, which I think is hilarious that, like, they all know where their surveillance team is.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, boy!" Like she knows their names. She
Oh,
knows
yeah.
she knows like intimate details about them, what they like to eat. Like she brings them their favorite food. I'm like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
And
you
she,
should.
like, asks for stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, you should not be talking to them.
Yeah,
They should not be
no.
talking to you.
No. At school, Warren starts his monopoly by getting in on the cigarette business. He's already getting the athlete, getting favors from the athletes and stuff like that.
It's his second day of school.
It's his second day of school. And also, Belle just beats a girl down for stealing her
Her pencil
her
case.
pencil case.
Yeah. It's their second day of school.
It's their second
And
day.
Warren
Yeah.
has 50% of the cigarette market. He made friends with like the biggest guy in school to beat up his bullies. And he has the like
He stole drugs from the nurse.
Yeah.
And sold them all on the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not waste time.
Which was not smart. Which is why children should not be committing crimes. Like, did he really think that they don't do like an inventory?
Right. And he just took from the front too. He just took whatever he could grab.
He just took random drugs. Who knows what they were?
Yeah, who knows? But he's selling them.
He's selling them.
Yep. And Belle has her eye on one of the he's not a teacher yet, but I guess he's like a student teacher.
Like a student teacher, a TA maybe.
A TA maybe. He's teaching at the school while he's trying to take his, I guess, board certification. I don't know. Whatever test he needs to become a teacher in France. We then find out that a barbecue is being thrown by the Blake family, and Maggie spies on the neighbors. But she's still with the surveillance guys as she watches as Giovanni deals with the plumber.
Because they were getting there's an entire like subplot
about
brown water coming out of the pipes. And Giovanni's going to get down to business. He's going to figure out why the water from his pipes is brown. And so he hires a plumber. And he does not like this plumber.
No. He made Maggie wait all day, and then he made me wait. And then he's giving me not even good promises on why the water is brown.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He deals with the plumber.
At first, I thought he murdered him. He did not.
But he might as well have.
He might as well have.
We'll get to that in a second. Belle makes her move on the new teacher, acting like she needs tutoring to have one-on-one time with him.
Please
and Warren gets revenge.
Storylines about teenage girls sleeping with grown men. It's gross.
Yay. It's gross. Please don't. I think that storyline has always been tired, but I think it should have been retired
after Pretty Little Liars.
It should have been retired when Jordan told me one of the side plots from the new quote unquote Gossip Girl. That was over. That was done. They should not.
That was like that was like 2021 though. Like that should have been out by then.
That should have been out.
I think once they started normalizing the relationship between Aria and Fitz and Pretty Little Liars, that should have been. Oh. But out. Out.
Yeah. Yeah. Please retire that storyline, please. Thank you.
No more.
But Warren gets revenge on the guys who beat him up. We then see that the plumber has ended up in the hospital with multiple broken bones from Giovanni. He keeps claiming that the plumber fell down the stairs, but he's got 2 broken legs. He's got a broken arm. He's in a full body cast. He was beaten. with a baseball bat and a hammer.
And a hammer.
So, yeah. While this is happening, a man goes around asking for Giovanni. And when the family starts asking too many questions, he just ends up killing them.
Yeah.
Also, I did not find out this man's name until the end of the movie when I had to look it up because I couldn't keep calling him the mafia guy. So his name is Rocco.
Okay. Like Elmo's Rocco?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, exactly like Elmo's Rocco.
Also, how are you going to go into someone's house pretending to be a part of the FBI, which, wrong, it wouldn't be the FBI. But you don't even have like a fake badge?
Right, because one of the guys is all like, let me see your badge. And the guy's like, I
Now
don't
I
got
have to
one.
kill you.
Now I have to kill you.
But why do you not have a fake badge?
Right. I feel like if you're going to impersonate any type of agency, you need the badge to match.
You need the badge, because of course someone is going to ask to see it.
Someone's going to ask, right. Because there are some people who are going to be like, oh, you're FBI, I'm not letting you into my house or whatever. I'm not going to talk to you until I see your badge.
Exactly. I'm not talking to someone unless I see a badge, and then I'm not letting you into my house unless I see a warrant. Like,
specifically a search warrant.
Like, come on, be for real.
Yeah. We then see Giovanni writing down a list of his many good qualities that aren't really good qualities.
They're not good qualities. He's just a mob guy.
Yeah, he's all like, there was no crime on my street. Well, there was no crime on your street because you were the crime on your street.
You were the one committing the crime.
He's all like, the neighborhoods were peaceful. He's all like, I always treated my men well, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, did you really though? Like, I guess in a way you did, but like, it also caused harm to other people. So, Maggie then tries to de-stress after seeing Giovanni beat up the plumber. And he says, well, I didn't kill him. And also, I know you blew up the market down the street. So, both of us are not doing very well with our undercover stories. The day of the barbecue, Maggie talks about Henry. And Warren is acting stereotypically American for this barbecue.
Yeah.
Because he's like, that's what French people want.
Right. He's like, they want us to be like this, so we're just gonna...
Yeah. So we're just gonna do it.
I'm just gonna play into it.
Yeah, because he came home with a bunch of Coke, I guess from the market, and she's all like, really? Did you have to do that? And he's all like, we gotta be American. We have to. Stanfield then tells the guys on surveillance to join the barbecue that the whole neighborhood is going to.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe to get better eyes on them and the other people in the neighborhood. And don't they think it's
weird that there's a family full of Italians and then there's a group of men living across the street who are Italians and then another random American man? Like, were they not thinking when they set this up?
Probably not. Probably not.
Because I would have been like, that's very coincidental.
Right. How strange that when an Italian family moves in...
3 different sets of Americans moved into the small town in Normandy at the same time.
Right.
2 of them are Italian.
Yeah. Belle then goes to get her dad as he's writing, and he tells her that he regrets raising them in the environment that he did. But she's like, no. Like, you're a great dad. I love this family. As Gio starts I'm just going to call him Gio because I can't keep saying Giovanni. As Gio starts the barbecue, he gets criticized for how he's doing it and fantasizes about hurting them when Stansfield shows up.
He needs some therapy. Like, some really good therapy.
He might need some anger management.
Because this is not the only time he fantasizes about seriously injuring people. Or just plain just doing it.
Yeah, right. He's either fantasizing about it or he's actually doing
Or he's
it.
actually doing it. He might be a sociopath.
He might be, yeah. I'd believe it. I'd believe it. So Stansfield then gives Giovanni an update because now he is at the barbecue on his family back in Brooklyn and his writing. And he's like, you know, you got to be careful about what you're writing because if anybody does find it, we're all dead. Belle is disappointed that Henry didn't show up to the barbecue, and Stansfield makes Gio feel bad for snitching on his family. The next day, Warren and Belle wonder about what their dad is writing about because he's not a man of a lot of words. So they're like, what the heck is he writing about?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's writing something, it's probably going to be bad. Sorry. Gio goes to the mayor's office to get an answer for the plumbing. And instead of hurting him, he lets him go because the mayor's like, I know a lot of people just want to come in here and blame us, but it's not actually us. So he decides to go somewhere else to find out the reason for the brown water. Maggie then goes to church and prays for her family. And also gets into confessional with the priest.
Sure.
Warren then writes a small blurb from a conversation he heard when he was a kid for some English assignment, I guess. And it ends up in the school paper that ends up in the U.S. At the prison where the old guy is.
The
and he
amount of
recognizes
coincidence that had to happen for this is insane.
Like they do show the paper traveling from the high school when it's printed
the
all
jail.
The way to the old
It's
guy
insane.
prison. But it's insane.
Like
the way that you're like, no way that this could have happened.
Let me see if I can remember all of it. So he wrote the thing, it gets put into the paper.
Mm-hmm.
This man who lives in the town takes that paper with him on a plane ride to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Why he was going to New York doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He leaves it on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
It gets thrown into like recycling. It gets taken to a recycling place. A guy at the recycling place happens to pick it up while he's like reading a magazine.
Yeah, it's a dirty magazine, and he then uses the newspaper to cover up the fact that he's reading the dirty magazine.
Yes, and then I kind of forgot what happened after that.
And then he takes the magazine home, still wrapped in the school newspaper.
Yeah, because
and he leaves it out.
And then it gets
while the guy that's making coffee then uses that high school newspaper to wrap the coffee that he made. And then that coffee is sent to the guy in prison.
Yes, he wraps in the coffee. That coffee gets sent to the guy who's in prison.
And then one of the guys that's in the prison cell with the old man, he's all like, where is this newspaper from? Like, can you tell based on the language? And so then the old guy goes looking through it, and then he turns to the page where the little blurb is.
Yes, he reads the blurb. He's like, what was that guy's name?
Rocco.
Get Rocco.
Yeah.
And that's how they figure out.
Yes.
Where Gio.
That's where they find out where
is.
Gio is. Yes. It's so convoluted, but it works. Gio then ends up at a fertilizing company who may be the reason for the brown water. And when he goes to talk to the CEO, he's immediately like, we can't do anything about it. I really have to go. And is very dismissive about him. So, Gio ties the guy to the back of his car and drags him for God knows how long.
Yeah.
And tortures the guy to find out what's causing the brown water. And apparently it's one of the turbines in the city that they own. So he then cuts him off the rope, leaves his bike there to make it look like he got into a bike accident. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's all got road rash.
I wish I had this level of determination to find out anything. Frank really wants to get to the bottom of this brown water situation.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's also a sign of way too much time on your
He's
hands.
like, if my wife isn't happy, I'm not happy. We need to figure out what's going on here.
Right, right. And you are the source of my wife's unhappiness, therefore my unhappiness. So obviously, you gotta
You
go.
gotta go.
He also threatens the guy's family, by the
He
way.
does. He's like, if you tell anyone about what happened, like, I'll pretty much kill your family, you and your family.
Yeah, like that's how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
So when Gio gets home, Stansfield is there reading what he's written. And he's like, dude, you gotta stop skipping your surveillance. Like, this is for your own good. You have to stay on the property where we could see you. And again reminds him that what he's writing can get him killed. At school, Belle goes to see Henry and talk about his upcoming test. And then I I don't know how, but she gets him to have sex with her.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. I want better for Belle. Boo.
Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Gio then gets a call from one of the guys that came to the barbecue. He's an English teacher and he wants to invite him to his film club. And he says he might go. And then immediately gets a call from the surveillance guys
They're
and
like, no.
Stansfield. And he's all like, no, you can't.
Because they listen to every
I,
call.
yeah, they listen to every call. And it's really funny because Gio hangs up, the phone immediately rings and he picks up and he's all like, I don't know what to do. Because this is just the surveillance guys and he knows it's them. But yeah, Stansfield and the guys are like, no, you can't go to this movie premiere.
Which is so weird because, like, they keep reiterating that you have to, like, make friends with your neighbors, but then anytime they
Mm-hmm.
try to, he's like, no.
Yeah. Immediately he's like, you can't. Like, this is going to put y'all in danger. And it's like, I'm just trying to do what you told me to
Right? It's like,
do.
it's a movie. It's a
Right.
movie. Like,
It's a historical movie. Like, I don't know what to tell you. The old man in prison then gives the location of Gio to Rocco. Warren then gets a bad review at school because there are multiple complaints about him bullying, uh, stealing. There's complaints about him being mean to teachers, blah, blah, blah. While Gio skips out on surveillance again and sets up a bomb at the turbine.
yes, which is also hilarious. Like, Warren is not built for this life.
He's not.
Because, first off, you're not the one who should be doing the intimidating. You should have someone else doing that for you. That
Well,
way it can't directly be traced back to you.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, he is 14.
He's 14. Like I said,
He's doing his
that's why
best.
14-year-olds should not be committing crime. Like, they should be just going to school, um, playing Call of Duty, and eating Hot Pockets. Like, that's the 14-year-old way.
Yeah, like that's how y'all
That's
are
what I
supposed to
was
be
doing
living
when I
right
was
now.
14. I wasn't trying to run a
Right.
criminal underground in my middle school, high school.
Right.
Sorry. But,
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah, no. He's gonna be a good mafia boss one day, though.
Mm-hmm. He just needs some more. He just needs some more. I don't know, some more brain cells, some more
I think he needs a little
experience.
more. He needs experience, and he needs more guys,
Yes.
so that he doesn't immediately get, you know, linked to the
Ratted
crimes that he's
on
committing.
so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
why are you intimidating teachers? That's
Right.
not smart.
It's not. It's not. They're adults. They've got power over you.
Yeah.
Leave that for later. Belle then gets a call from Henry, and he tries to let her down easy, saying that that it was just a one-time thing, whatever. And she's heartbroken.
Yeah.
Also, I love the surveillance guys that are listening in on this phone call.
Right. I'm like, maybe this is one phone call we don't have to listen to.
Yeah, right. Like, we obviously know where this conversation is going. You don't have to listen to this one.
But yeah, him like leaving her after having sex with her is not shocking at all.
It's not. Yeah,
Anyone
it's
could have
not.
told you that would have happened. There's one of two things that will happen in that situation. Either the man will leave you because he just wanted to have sex with you, or
Yeah.
he will groom you. And quite
Yeah.
honestly, him leaving you is the best option.
It is the better option. Like you'll get over it.
You'll get over
It's
it.
fine. You'll get
You'll
over it.
realize how fucked up he was. Just give it
Right,
like
for allowing that.
2 or 3 years. Like you'll come to your senses.
Yeah, you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I was 17.
Yeah,
Like what what did I do?"
exactly.
So yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't try to kill him. Quite
You know
honestly,
what? That's what I expected her to do.
same. I was expecting a little side plot where she was like going to Paris to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah. Go and beat him to a pulp to make. You know what? It would probably make her feel better.
Because she was very serious about her virginity, and the fact that that man,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would have been pissed.
I would have been mad.
um, so Stansfield and Gio go to the movie night, and while Maggie goes to the church that she confessed to, and the priest immediately turns her away. He's like, "I am haunted by the stuff that you told me in confessional. You are not allowed back
Do
here."
you know how bad of a person you have to be to get kicked out of a church?
Right, like they want you
They
out.
want they want bad people to come in so that they can make them better. So if you get kicked out of a church,
Right,
awful.
right. That would immediately like shake me, bro.
Hmm. I'm like, wow.
Like you're not even gonna attempt to like holy water me or like
Yeah.
make me say like 10 Hail Marys or whatever. Like you don't even think that'll save
I
me.
would have to literally reevaluate my entire life after
No,
that.
same. Because you know Catholicism, they take everybody.
Hmm.
They take everybody, and then they mostly just because they want your money because you know that's how the Catholic Church works.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the fact that they're like, we will not even take you and your dirty money. Get your
Yeah.
devil
He's
family out of
like, get
here,
out. Absolutely not.
bro. I would have been like, I'm chugging holy water when I
Hmm.
get home.
I'm like, wow, I'm gonna have to like become like a monk or something, a saint. I
Right, right. I'm joining a nunnery,
Yeah.
and I hope my reputation doesn't get there before I do.
That priest has already passed out her face, her name to like every like nunnery
That's
within the like 30 miles of that church. It's
yeah,
like, don't let her
yeah.
in.
That would be hilarious. You're on a instead of a no fly list, you're on a no nun
You're on a no
list.
nun list. You're on a don't enter this
That's
church
amazing.
list.
Yeah, exactly. You're blacklisted from all of these churches in the area.
If she was already Catholic, she's been excommunicated.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the film that they were supposed to watch gets lost. And apparently that's been happening a lot lately for that film club. So instead, Stansfield and Gio watch Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. I laughed. It was a little funny.
So did I. And Stansfield immediately is like, this is not a good idea. We're getting out of here. But Gio's like, no, 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 no.
No.
We were
He
invited.
was like, we
We
were
have to
invited. I
stay.
love this movie.
I love this movie.
I
We
love the
gotta
lead
stay.
actor. Something something about him really resonates with me.
Was it Henry? Isn't that his name, or is there?
Henri, the like teacher guy, the like TA guy.
No, 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 no. Goodfellas. What was his name in Goodfellas?
I don't remember. I just watched that movie too a couple of
Oh
weeks
no,
ago.
Henry was Ray Liotta. James. His name was James in the movie. Oh my gosh! Now I gotta go watch that other movie. Um,
Hmm. Okay.
after this. So Warren gets home and starts to pack to go to Paris to run away because he's like, I've caused too much trouble at school. I don't want you guys to get involved in it, so I have to run away.
Hmm.
While Belle is getting ready to go track down Henry.
Yeah, Kelly.
What?
When Warren was like, "I'm gonna run away," Belle was like, "You don't have any identification." He pulled out a forged passport.
Oh yeah,
It
passport.
looked so bad, Kelly.
It did. The picture looked
The
awful. Like
picture
I feel
looked
like that was
taped
the
on.
most dead giveaway. Yeah.
Yes.
Like Warren, I know you're good enough to forge a collector card of whatever that guy was collecting, but this is a
This
passport.
is
This is
a
a government
government
document.
document, and you did not do it well.
I think you should have just started with a driver's license or whatever they have
Yeah,
in
you're
France.
gonna show that to someone, and they're gonna laugh in your face. It looked so
Right.
bad.
It looked so shiny. It looked so
It
new.
was also like the background photo was not correct. Like it was too white. It's supposed to like blend in with like the background of the
Yeah. Yeah, the
document.
passport.
It,
Yeah.
they were two completely different colors. I was like, this is not gonna work.
It was a good attempt, Warren, but
Huh. For a 14-year-old.
start small.
But
Start
yeah,
small.
let's do licenses first. Let's start on that.
Right.
And
Right. Let's get those down pat
once we've
and then
gotten
we'll
good with
move
that,
on.
we'll move on up. Maybe actually I think it would be easier for him to just forge a birth certificate. That would be easier.
Oh, true.
It's just a piece of
True.
paper. Like I feel like he could have done that better.
Yeah, he could have.
Passports are a
He
little
did what he thought was right.
passports are harder.
Passport was a little big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus I bet you he didn't think about like the fact that there's literally like a barcode in there that is attached
Mm-hmm.
to a government system. But I'm sure he
Mm-hmm.
didn't think about that.
He's 14.
He's
We'll
14.
give him a
I'll
pass.
give him a pass.
So the movie ends at the film club and the debate section starts and Gio gets emotional talking about the mafia.
Hmm.
Warren then is waiting at a train station, and when the train arrives, instead of getting on, he watches as other mafia members with Rocco get off. And he calls the house to warn the family, but no one answers. Well, Maggie answers, but it's too
Yeah,
late.
by the
He's
time
already
she
left
answers,
the
he's
phone
already
booth.
like left.
hmm Um, while the mafia members get their instructions, Gio goes off about the killing of people in the mafia and all the violence that goes on as Stansfield tells the guys to get the family packed and ready to go because they're enacting Plan B.
Hmm. Because
Belle
all
then calls
Giovanni had to do
Henry.
was just talk about the damn movie, and then all of a sudden he just started shooting out the mouth about
Oh yeah,
the mafia, and I'm like,
he's
dude.
reminiscent about the good old days.
Hmm.
He's just going off, and so Belle calls Henry, trying to get him back one more time before she attempts to kill herself. When she sees the guys Warren did at the police station that's directly below her, and they kill everybody there and get the Blake's address.
How brazen of them. They literally went to the police station, killed everyone in the police station, then went to the firehouse and killed everyone in
Yep,
the fire. There was only one guy in the firehouse, but like,
sure, but still.
still. And they also like slashed the firehouse tires. They were like, no one is coming to help this family.
Nope. Also, I feel like that's not true. Just having one person at the at the firehouse.
Hmm.
I feel like that's not how that works.
Maybe it's such a small town. They're like, only one person really needs to be here.
Okay, well that could make sense. Warren then watches as the other guys take out the fire station, and he runs to the house. Maggie checks on the guys and activates the emergency protocol where they have to leave that night. Rocco then starts to plan on how to take out Giovanni when the bomb that he planted at the turbine goes off. And then
It
Stansfield gets
shook the
everybody out.
entire town. I
It shook the entire
I
town.
was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, why would you do that?
Right, like how much explosives did you put out there?
Like,
Like it didn't need that
he
much.
could have ruined this entire town's water
Right.
supply.
Right.
Insane. Insane. This family is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, they are. So Stansfield then finds out that the fire and police stations are down. Gio gets home to an empty house, and Maggie goes to find the kids, but she is stopped, because she sees Rocco and the other guys circling the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco and his men then spread out as Maggie goes back to the house. She finds men walking the streets and knows that they found them. Rocco and his men then find Gio's house, and Stanfield confirms that they are, the mafia is there. The mafia arm themselves with all of their guns and explosives and go to blow up the house. And Gio is just in the house checking to see when the water runs clear, by the way. Yeah. He has no idea what's going on. Him and the dog are just waiting for the water to turn clear. And when Maggie goes to warn Gio, the house is blown up.
They use a rocket launcher, which is crazy.
Yes, they do.
There are easier and quieter ways to kill this family.
They are not for subtlety.
No. And then
they want to get it done.
If you do this and Gio's body catches on fire, how are you gonna take that finger back to confirm it?
Because then it's compromised.
It's compromised.
The fingerprint's compromised. I don't know. The explosion then wakes the neighbors, and they are killed if they leave their house by the mafia that are wandering the streets.
Which is insane, because what else do you think is going to happen if a rocket launcher blows up a house? People are going to come out in the middle of the night. People are going to come outside and be like, "What was that?"
Exactly. Right. Especially if they just had an explosion an hour ago.
Right. They probably think there's terrorist attacks going on now.
Exactly. They're like, it's World War III.
Yeah.
We're dying. The guys then plan an escape for Maggie, but it doesn't work out when one of the guys immediately finds them. We then see that Gio has survived the explosion. Warren and Belle meet up and arm themselves with the guns that the mafia guys just left out in the open, by the way, in their cars.
How did they get those guns into France?
They probably know a guy in France.
They weren't even just handguns. They were handguns, machine guns. Warren picks up some Uzis. I was like, what's going on here?
They also have a rocket launcher. So.
Yeah, how'd they get all this in France?
They probably got connections everywhere. That's probably what it is. The mafia guys then argue on whether or not to kill the dog that they find when Belle openly fires at them. Gio holds down the guy who went after Maggie as she stabs him to death. Belle then runs for her life from Rocco when he's hit by Stansfield's car. It seems like all of the mafia guys are dead, and the family are back together as they make their way to a new town in the middle of the night, and Giovanni complains that he has to start writing all over again and has to, get a new identity and all that all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
Love that. Are you ready for some movie facts?
Of course. Let's do this.
So there's not a lot that I could find. The dog's name that we never find out the dog's name, by the way, but the dog's name is Malavita.
Malavita. Okay.
Which translates to crime life.
Love that.
Yes. We already kind of talked about this, but Giovanni is invited to talk about the movie Goodfellas, which at a special screening, which De Niro actually starred in with several supporting cast members that are in this movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my last movie fact. There wasn't a lot that I could find.
Oh, there wasn't any for mine either, so yay.
I'm not surprised. But after beating up the plumber with a baseball bat, Robert De Niro's character quotes a line by Al Capone. You can get further with a kind word and a gun than you can with just a kind word, which is a line that is said by Robert De Niro when he played Al Capone in another movie that came out in 1987,
Oh,
in which he was beating somebody with a baseball bat.
okay.
So yeah, they recreated that little scene for him. Here's the question, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Is this movie iconic?
You know what? I said yeah. It was
I said
fun.
yeah
It was
too.
enjoyable. Love the Goodfellas callback.
I love me a good mafia movie.
I would
I
watch
love me a good mafia
I would
movie.
watch this movie again just for the scene of Belle smacking a man in the face with a tennis racket alone.
Yeah, yeah, I would too. I always love this movie. This movie is so funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, the fact that Robert De Niro is again playing a mafia guy,
Mm-hmm.
classic. Also, Michelle Pfeiffer in a mafia movie. Love that for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie all around.
Good movie
I
all
love it.
around. Enjoyable.
So, what are your recommendations for this week, Jordan?
Okay, I have three. My first one is Don't Let Me Stop You by Kelly Clarkson. Great song.
Okay.
Very enjoyable. Underrated bop. My second one is Angel of the Morning by Juice Newton.
Hmm.
It's in. I was watching a certain movie that we have done a podcast episode on before that
Mm-hmm.
features Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and our girl Cameron Diaz,
Yes.
and that song is in that movie. And I,
What a very creative way to not say a movie title.
mhm, very enjoyable song. Love it. My next recommendation is Tummy Hurts by Renee Rapp. It's from her new
Mm,
album. Was it Snow Angel? I'm gonna
yes.
be quite honest. A couple of those songs on that album sound exactly the same, but the songs that are good are good.
All right.
So yeah. What about you?
Okay. So I've got two. My first one is My Love by Justin Timberlake featuring T.I.
Mm. Mm.
I've ever since the announcement of NSYNC
Oh, I'm gonna go
getting back
into
together.
great detail about that in our next episode. Be ready.
I've been going down. I'm surprised I didn't go down an NSYNC rabbit hole, but I went down a Justin Timberlake rabbit hole. So yeah,
Oh, I'm
all of his
I'm
early albums,
I'm about due.
freaking
I'm
bops.
about due for my annual NSYNC rabbit hole. My
Okay.
annual NSYNC re-listen. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's about that time for me.
Okay. I love that for you.
Which, if you don't know by now, I'm an NSYNC stan. I
Yes,
love
he is.
NSYNC. I will.
Yes, he will be there with all the 30-year-old white women
Mm-hmm. Yep. I
in that
will.
crowd.
I will be there.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
love that for you.
I love that for me too.
Um, my second recommendation is Lil Boo Thang by Paul Russell.
Okay.
It's that song that's been all over TikTok that the guy hasn't released all yet, but he did finally. So
Okay.
yeah, go check it out. It's a bop.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. Fun watch, fun
Fun
movie,
time.
fun time. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcasts. Also, don't forget to send us your movie requests or your movie stories at our email, sytyipodcast@gmail.com. Is this your favorite Robert De Niro movie? Is is this your favorite mafia movie? What is your favorite mafia movie? Like, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Casino for me. For
Hmm.
me, I'm leaning towards
I haven't
Casino.
seen that one.
I thought Goodfellas was a little too long and had a little bit too many people in it. Casino felt just right to me.
I mean, The Godfather's a classic.
I've seen it, but I literally can't remember it. I get it mixed. I get it
Really?
mixed up with what's that movie? The guy say hello to my little friend.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
get
I
those two. I
don't
get
know
those
the
two
title.
movies mixed up all the time
Do
in my
you
mind.
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll like be thinking of like plot points, and I'll be like, "Was that from The Godfather, or was that from that other movie?"
I once did when I was in college. I once did a all day Godfather movie marathon.
I think I need to do a rewatch. I think
I started watching the first Godfather at the beginning of my day, and then I think I finished the third Godfather at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
okay. Yeah, I definitely haven't
Yeah,
seen.
I
I
committed. Yeah,
definitely haven't seen 2 or 3, but I have
really.
seen the first one. I need to do a rewatch. I need to do a rewatch.
Yeah, the first two are pretty close in like storyline wise, and then the third one is mostly like the kids.
Okay, maybe The Godfather is my favorite one. I'll see. I'll see.
We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone have a good week. Everyone who's being affected by this current hurricane slash tropical storm slash whatever else you want to call it. Stay safe
Stay safe, y'all.
and stay iconic.
Stay iconic.
Bye.
Bye.